Okay. Kayla got the 111, the 411. Sipping lemonade, throwing light shade. Okay.
Look, certified, blue checks like I'm verified. He pulled up in the bin, said take a ride. Told me lay back, but I can't recline. This car ain't mine, I'm on the grind. TMC, niggas tuned in like WB. Real wet with the drip DWP. Better watch those lips when you're talking to me. Bossy be the attitude, how could it be less? All money in, had to invest, let it gain interest. Watch how them diamonds sparkle at the entrance. Feeling like Mega Marco made an exit. We ain't playing Marco Polo, bitch, I been it. You been hating on the low, fuck friendship. Oh God, I can't stand a fake bitch.
Hey everybody, it's Kayla Got the 411. I'm back for another What's Good episode. This week I have a rapper from Carson, California. Her name is They Call Me Pretty Young Thing. And I found you on Instagram. I always tell people, like, when I find people on Instagram, like, that's really dope, like, I always feel like they're special because I actually, like, found you. So tell us about yourself. Oh, before we begin, what's good? I like to ask people what's good with you, especially with COVID going on. So how are you and how are your family?
Oh, I'm good. My family is good. How about you?
I've been doing good. I got my vaccine and stuff like that. You know, I was a little scared, but I went on ahead and got it. So far, so good.
Okay, I'm glad to hear it.
So tell us a little about, when did you start getting into music? Like, when was that moment for you? It's like, music is for me.
I started performing when I was like 13. I started writing when I was 11. I started writing. I don't know why I started writing. I don't think nobody ever asked me that, like, as far as the start. I don't know why I started writing. I just started writing. I think because I didn't talk that much, I was shy. And I would write down a lot of things, what I was feeling or what was going on, start writing poetry. Then I went from poetry to writing like song lyrics, like R&B. And then when Bow Wow came out, that's when it turned to hip hop. That's when I turned to like writing rap.
Yes, that sounds like real similar to me as a kid. Like, I was mute. Girl, they thought something was wrong with me because I just didn't talk. Just shy and then just scared of judgment. So I just wrote in diaries and poetry and stuff. So you mentioned Bow Wow. What year were you born?
I was born in 1990.
Okay, I was 1991, baby. So we know about that Bow Wow era. Did you have the posters in your wall?
I had the posters. I had bought every CD. I just never made it to the Scream tour.
Yeah, I didn't get to go neither. I went to the Romeo concert only because the Bow Wow concert was, Bow Wow is legendary. They be really trying to sleep on Bow Wow, but I like the fact that you brought that up. So pretty much you use, like, just kind of just got all your words out on paper. And I did notice that you do mention that you do write all your music, which I love when female rappers mention that. So tell us about the latest EP, Pearl Heart, because I know how you got that title, but tell everybody else how you got the title.
Okay, so the Pearl Heart EP, produced by Jayhawk Productions, came out in January. I got the title because I wanted to, what I want to do as a female artist, I know a lot of times we praise the heroes. Not saying that I want to praise bad people, but it's some badass women, I feel like, in history, and not everybody abided by the law, quote unquote, as you'll say the government says. And the reason why I got connected to Pearl Heart's story was because she did what she did, which was rob a stagecoach. And she did that because her mother was sick. During this pandemic, everybody's sick. You know, everybody does not have health care. So I'm pretty sure there are people who have been pushed to the point of, I got to get this money to make sure my family okay. Even if it's not health care, you know, just eating, just your day to day, your light bill, whatever. So that's how I got connected to her. Just the fact that she's seen that my mama need help. I ain't got it. I got to go get it. And she robbed a stagecoach, helped her mom, and the rest, shit, is history, I guess.
Did they put her in jail? Did she get caught?
She did get caught. She did go to jail. But being, you know, at that time with women, people saw women as weaklings. So because she was a woman, it was easy for her to be in the courtroom and, oh my God, you know, I'm crying. My mom needed it. And they forgave her, the jurors, and they let her go. But the guy who she ended up doing the crime with, he went to jail.
Oh, what? Girl,
Yeah.
they got a movie about that? Because that sounds good.
You know what? That's what I said too. I have not seen any motion picture or anything. I just read her story and read a book. That was about it.
Okay, well, if we see any movie pop up, we'll know they got it from you. So
Yes,
actually, speaking of your EP, I'm gonna play one of the best singles on the album called "Do Me Right." I love that. It was so short, but that whole EP was popping. Was a single "Do Me Right" off of your EP called Pearl Heart. So when I came across you on Instagram, I love female rappers from California. I just think y'all are so different. Like, no shade to like girls in the South, but they all like sound the same. So that's why I kind of went on the page, went to your Spotify, listened. I was like, I gotta reach out. So are you proud of the path that female rap is like taking right now? Because it's on the rise, but my concern is that people don't see it as like trendy, like we keep it going forward in the future. So are you proud of the path that female rappers are on right now?
I would say I like the fact that our lane of rap has become more commercialized. It's become more popular, as far as like now people are really, they want to sign female artists. They're looking for the next female artist. Female artists are getting, I feel like, the respect, not respect, I want to say the attention that they've never gotten before. But as far as the route that they're going, I'm afraid that one, a lot of these female artists are not gonna, we're not gonna see like a Queen Latifah, Lil Kim legend type thing. I don't think that they're gonna be here 20, 30 years from now. That's just me. And two, I feel like eventually they're gonna get burned out. I know a little bit of what some of those female artists do behind the scenes in order for them to have the fame that they have. You're gonna get tired of it eventually. You know, you're going to get tired of being used. You're going to get tired of being passed around. And eventually that's going to make you either bow out or probably do something to yourself. Thirdly, I feel like we get respect as far as, oh, she do her thing. But I think that the respect is not there when it comes to who you are as a person. What do you stand for? And these female artists, everything is, it's okay to be sexy, but I just feel like every single thing all day, you're talking about sex, you're promoting sex. How is somebody going to respect your artistry? How is somebody going to respect your lyricism, your writing ability, if that's the subject, that's all the subject you talk about? So
I noticed that too sometimes, like if the two things everybody's talking about, like the performance and the outfit, but did y'all even listen to the lyrics? Like, and sometimes, like, there's some rappers that they do have like meaningful lyrics, but everybody's talking about like how thick she looked and her outfit and stuff like that. And I hate the fact that they do women like that, of course. So, are there any particular female rappers that kind of like you, not even female rappers, but rappers in general, that inspired you to really like go forward with this?
The first one, like I said, it would be Bow Wow. The reason why is because even though Criss Cross came out in the 90s, I was a little girl. So I didn't see, you know, the big, I guess, pandemonium, you know, when they came out.
I didn't get it either. Like the backward flows. Like,
yeah, you feel me? Like the jump song. I mean, I knew the jump, but other than that, I didn't get with the whole trend of it. So for me, it was like when Bow Wow came out, that was my first time seeing a rapper as a child be so big and have that much of an impact. But what I thought was, okay, so where's the female? That's how I always felt like, where's the little girl rapper? I never have, and I hope I get to sign the first one.
You're right. We never had a little girl like Bow Wow version. Oh my God.
You feel me? Never. They always sign female rappers when they're already up in age so they can talk about basically the sex and, you know. So I because I didn't see any 14, 15-year-old girl doing that, it made me feel like, well, I want to go toe to toe with him. I want to be the female version of Bow Wow. Right. And that's kind of where the rapping thing came from. I really wanted to go toe to toe with the boy. And I thought it would be dope to have a young teenage female do that. But it never happened as far as a teenager. So,
yeah. But even like mentioning that, like we can put it out there. Like if you ever find like a female, like young female rapper, it's probably a lot of them same predicament we was writing in their diaries, you know, going through that stage, you know, as you're a little girl, you know, your body's changing, just getting it all out. They have something to say too. Yes.
And I feel like with that, like Jermaine Dupri and them, you know, a lot of the people who go after the kid artists, they're all male. Like, I don't know if people pay attention to that, but they're all male. There are a couple like little teenage females that I saw, but then you see Miss Mulatto, no shade to her, but she was a teenager. Soon as she turned 18, you see what happened. So I just feel like when it comes to like the little girl rappers, I would love to be, and speaking into existence now, I would love to sign the first big female rapper, teenager, superstar, and allow her to be a child. I feel like that's like why Bow Wow probably, I feel like that's why a lot of kids gravitated to him, of course, because he was a child. He was talking about kid things. He wasn't talking about riding in no, you know, drop top and I'm shooting people. 14-year-olds, you feel me, should not be doing that.
No.
So, I don't know. No. Like I would love to sign the first female, you know, little kid rapper. Bow Wow, he was definitely an influence. From him though, was Tupac. That is where, yes, ma'am. That's where the aggressiveness, that's what where the I'ma say what I want to say, the raw, the bars, really wanting to be lyrical. That's where that comes from.
I'm so glad you said Tupac. Nobody never says Tupac on him, but you from the West Coast, it's like finally. Sometimes you never know what people are going to say as far as I get a lot of Jay-Z's and Nas and stuff like that. So I love the fact that you being a woman said Tupac, because I love Tupac. Tupac spoke his mind, honey. Like, yes, I wasn't in that era of like, you know, we was young, that East Coast. So when I started listening to music, like I gravitated towards Tupac because he made good music.
And so, what I like about him was the fact that, I mean, he is originally from New York. So, Baltimore, they say Baltimore, and then he moved to New York, but he's originally from the East Coast. But what I love about him that made me gravitate to him, he didn't sound like none of the West Coast artists. I'm from the West Coast, but he didn't sound like Snoop. He didn't sound like Daz. He really was like lyrical, like a beat. So I don't know, like that's my guy though.
Yes, I could just imagine what Tupac would have been today. Like even working with different producers, kind of like, oh my gosh, like we can only imagine. So, how have your friends and family, and even like your city, been supporting your music career? Have they been supportive?
My family, my mom put me on the stage when I was 13. So my mom was like the first person to notice, like, okay, it's something there. My grandmother, she's always been supportive, any way that she possibly can. She used to come to my shows when I first started performing. I was performing in clubs, so I wasn't old enough to be there. So like my family would come and, you know, support. My aunt, she was like, I guess the first person who took on a managerial role. So the rest of my family, I mean, people say, you know, good job, or, you know, I want to see you win and stuff, but they're not as involved as my mom and my grandma. So yeah. Friends, with friends, it's kind of been difficult. I have two friends, believe it or not, in this whole world. I have two friends who they've been supportive. They come to shows, buy tickets, get merchandise made, pay for merch, that type of thing.
Yes.
But a lot of times with your friends, like, they become distractions. Instead of telling you to go to the studio, oh, come to the club. You know, I need to spend this money on studio time, but you got me in the club popping bottles. You feel me? So yeah, with friends, I had to drop a lot of people. I had to drop a lot of people.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, girl. I went through that same stage. It seems like, look, you don't need that many people. I always say you don't need 100 people. You got a few people around you that's solid, that buy your stuff. They don't want nothing for free. You know, they're buying your merch, buying your tickets. I think those are people that you hold on to. And how about the city? Like, because I've seen on your YouTube, girl, you've been out here, like, you've been grinding, and I love that. So how your city been supporting you?
Man, I wish that my city supported me more. Like I said, I've been doing music for a long time. When I was in school, I didn't really talk that much. And when I told people I did music, it was like, nah, I would bring pictures of me with celebrities doing shows, opening for people. And I was a teenager, and I would bring them to school, and people would say, oh, nah, you ain't show your people in the neighborhood. Oh, okay, you cool, but you know, you ain't rapping about guns. You're not rapping about drugs. You're not rapping about sex. You're not. So I feel like with my city, they didn't get behind it. Like Ray J and Brandy are from my city. They're from Carson, and they famous because of outside. They're not famous because of the city. Let's just be real. I've had posters in my city. I've had performances in my city. I see people in my city get behind who's popular outside of our city. So I love Carson. I love my city. Don't get me wrong, but I ain't gonna lie. It needs to be more support when it comes to people from your soil being successful, coming out of your soil, because we come back. We make youth centers, you know, we come back, do job fairs with different companies. You know, it's things that your celebrity, your artist, you feel me? Yeah, it's things that we can bring back to the city, new attention, new help, new resources, whatever, but you don't support. So why would I, you know, come back to the city and support? So I'm still working on that.
Yeah, I hear that too. Like, it is when they get mad. Like, they get mad when you leave your city and you pop off somebody else. Everybody's like, oh, she from Carson. Well, wait a minute now. You've been living in Carson all these years and you don't remember that support. It's gonna come out. But I always feel like that. Even talking to artists on this platform from New York and Jersey, like, they don't feel the support too. And it seems like they always say, oh, I get more support in Texas, but they from New York. So it's gonna come eventually. As soon as you get your big break, everybody gonna be like, So next we're gonna get to Be Good, another one of my favorites. Be Good. And I also want to ask people too, how did you get your name? They call me P.Y.T. Because I love long names. I love long stage names. When somebody make them call you your whole name, don't even make them try to call you P.Y.T. No, it's they call me P.Y.T. Let them get it right.
And I respect you and appreciate you for that, because it's been like, not hard, but it has been to where you do have to tell people, like, that's not my name. Oh, P.Y.T, that's not my name, you know? But I got that name because I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. And because I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, when I first moved to Los Angeles, I'm from Carson, but Carson is probably like 10, maybe 20 minutes away from LA. depending on traffic. So when I first moved to LA, the hood, people used to clown me because like I listened to Michael Jackson. This is before he passed away. Yeah, you know, that was my guy. I would listen to him, talk about him all the time. I really loved his business sense. So I would read books, you know, or watch his interviews and just try to learn as much as I can. And when I first moved to LA, people used to hear me playing the music and, you know, and it's like, you like Michael Jackson. And it's like, yeah, I love you. But look, it's funny because like, okay, so they gave me the name. They said, okay, so we're going to call you P.Y.T. I said, okay. And me being a Michael Jackson fan, I already knew P.Y.T. is copywritten. That's his song. When you put it in Google, I put it in Google, everything pop up Michael Jackson. Diddy had a group in the 90s named P.Y.T, a white girl band. And they pop up a little bit. So what I did was I said, okay, I can't use P.Y.T because that's already on lock. They gave me the name, so they called me P.Y.T. And then that's where they called me come from, because they literally was calling me P.Y.T. They, not me.
I like that. Like I like long names. Like, no, I hate people that call me Kayla Phone. No. You're gonna call me Kayla Got the phone, call me the whole. Don't be lazy. Respect the craft and call somebody by their full name. So I want to know, like, as a female too, like being in the rap industry, what is some advice you would want to give other female rappers coming up too?
What I would say to other female rappers, if you start young like I did at 13, 14 or teenage, just soak up as much game as you can. Don't think that you know things just because you watching TV. Like, go to seminars. I used to go to seminars, writing seminars. My mom had me in so much so I can learn the games, lawyers, all type of things. You know, when you start that young, you don't want to get messed over in the industry. You can look at Motown. You can look at all these labels. You can put them on a pedestal if you want to. But when you look at the artists, why they still touring at 70 and 80 years old, or why they die broke, like, really pay attention to the fact that you are nothing but money to them. You know, you're nothing but money to them. Learn the business, learn the rights about your name, learn how to copyright, learn trademarks, learn publishing, learn points, learn royalties, learn as much as you can, marketing, advertising, the difference between marketing and promotion, you know, like learn all of those things. Don't think because you're young, okay, well, they can make the decisions. No, because that's how you get effed around. So if you're a young artist, soak up game. If you're an artist in your 20s, 30s, trying to break into the industry, same thing. You still don't know it all. Just because you live that long don't mean that you know what that industry is about. So just, you know, learn as much as you can. Talk to people, just even people like you, you know, talk to people who have a background in entertainment, who may have been there before, who probably failed before, especially the people who fail. You feel me? Because you hear everything that I used to sit under people, like people that was signed to death row, legends, and I would sit under them. They would think I was weird because I never would speak. And it wasn't that I was weird. You got 17, 20 years in the music industry. I don't. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to listen to all your pros, all your cons, all your success and all your failure. Because I need to internalize that. I need to analyze it and realize or see, okay, this is where their era was. Let me not make the same mistake. So just be a student. Anybody trying to get into anything, entertainment, basketball, whatever, just be a student to the game. Soak up as much as you can. Don't talk too much. Observe more. For real, observe as much as you can. Try not to talk too much. Listen and observe. And how you talk is you show it with your action. You let your actions speak.
Girl, I like you, girl. Yes. Like, I know that is so key, because a lot of people don't even know. Like, I really started being a songwriter. And what I learned by somebody burned me, trusting somebody. I was about to sell the song, girl. And the dude apparently wanted to be with me. And because I didn't want to be with him, he copyrighted the songs that I had wrote in his name. So you learn by experience. So you just gotta, if I would have learned and did my own research, don't put your career into somebody's path. It worked out for me anyways, but you can't put your life in somebody's hand, because when you fresh meat, they can smell it on you, girl. I always say they smell fresh meat when you don't know what you doing.
Yep.
Especially being a woman, they think we dumb, they think we weak, think that we need them. So I love the advice that you gave me. Even men, you can take that advice as well. So is there any advice that somebody has gave you that you've been sticking to throughout your life and you're gonna continue to take with you?
Advice that somebody gave me as far as in the industry, Warren G, shout out to Warren G. I sat under a few times watching him. Yeah. He told me when I first met him, don't step on toes. He said, you don't go behind people's back. Like, let's say me and you, we work together. You introduce me to somebody. You don't go behind somebody's back trying to secure a place with them. You don't go behind somebody's back and at least have a conversation with someone first and say, you know, introduce me to whoop, you know, hey, I'm thinking about hitting them up. Oh, go for it. Versus, oh, you introduce me to somebody you about to start a podcast with. I go behind your back, tell them I want to do a podcast, and now I got the podcast with them. Because he told me those things come back to bite you in the ass. You know, you think you're doing, getting your feet wet, you're getting your little money, and it's like, okay, I'm making it. Eventually, you're going to run into that same person again. Or you're going to run into somebody person, and they're going to say, P.Y.T, X her out. We no. And you know, career stepping on somebody's toes in the beginning. So that's something that I really live by. I've had people do that to me.
Girl, that's why I'm over here nodding like this, because I'm like,
and people, it's to the point where I can't even like let artists come around me, because artists get around me and they see what I'm doing, and then they turn around, go behind my back and hit people up and work with people, or tell people not to work with me and to work with them. That's the state where I'm at right now. Like this weekend, I want to say this whole week, it's been DJs or people hitting me up telling me, oh, so-and-so, I just want to let you know, if so-and-so supposed to be your friend, why they hitting me up asking me why I'm bio and not them. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So yeah, that trust thing for me.
Oh, that's why I don't fool with nobody, girl. They be saying Kayla stay in office for that particular reason, because it's like people will really step on your toes. I think things have definitely changed. Probably from the time Warren G was like loyalty. Now, like I don't even think people know what loyalty is, or what respect is, or even professionalism. So, wow, like I'm over here showing like people really tell people not to work with you, like what?
Before we end part, because you said loyalty, I want to say to people, is be loyal to yourself. A lot of times, like in my career, because I'm a loyal person. So let's say somebody doing my hair, people may be telling me, okay, you need to change your look, you need to do this, you need to do that. But instead of it's the person I'm rocking with, I'm gonna see until she maybe feels that she want to try something different. Or if I'm working with somebody who claims to be somebody in management, I've stayed too long with them making promises, and it's like nothing came of it. Instead of me being loyal to me, being loyal to myself and saying, nah, Maya, my name is Maya. Nah, Maya, for P.Y.T, if they want you want your hair like this, that's how your hair is supposed to be. Fuck that, she been doing your hair. Wow. You want go after it. And for anybody out there, like that loyalty word, a lot of people have gotten killed. A lot of people commit suicide. A lot of people lost their everything, being loyal to jobs or being loyal to significant other, trying to be loyal to your friend. But man, fuck that. Be loyal to you. Do what works for you and do what's best for you. And if people love you, they're going to respect the fact that you love yourself that much, that you're that loyal to yourself. You're not going to do nothing against yourself to hurt yourself, to please nobody. So be loyal to you above everybody else, above anything important.
Selfish. It's all right to be selfish with you, boy. I tell you, I cut people off real quick. No, you're not bringing no negativity in my life. I wish you the best of luck. I love that you mentioned that, because even people are in jail being loyal to people. Now they just thriving throughout their life, and because you being loyal and they want loyal to you. I always tell people that, like, for example, if your friend let you take the rep for something that you didn't even do, let you go down, like, That's not
That
a real friend. Because a real friend be like, no, she didn't do that. No, I did it. Let me take the blame. I love the fact that you they would probably be going through the same stuff, girl. So to close the interview, like what's next for you? Like what do you have working on? I know how is it out there in California? Like are the restrictions better or you guys still like everything closed?
Well, you know, when there was restrictions, they burnt out the Airbnb so bad they didn't even want to allow people to, you feel me? Because the clubs was closed, so people was throwing parties. But now the city's kind of open back up. The clubs and stuff are open, so there are shows again, festivals. So my bookings have been like coming a lot as far as performing. I will say that we do have to be safe. Because everybody has been in the house, a lot of attention. People have changed mentally and emotionally. So just have to be, you know, on alert when you go outside.
Yeah. And then you know what she mean, like, no, because I know what you mean. When you say, we know. Just look around with your surroundings when things don't look right. Yeah.
Like, listen to your first mind. That's usually, I don't know, people believe, you know, in God, but that's usually God, you know, telling you, hey, is about to pop off. Listen, you know. So for me, going like into this after pandemic performances, I don't know so much if I want to come out with another project, but I do want to continue to put out music. I want to build a catalog. I want when people type my name in, it's just music. So I do plan on, you know, doing more videos, doing more music, doing more shows, and then expanding with my merchandise. Like I have clothes and hats and face masks, sweaters for the Pearl Heart project, but I am gonna go into, like, they call me P.Y.T. That's my next thing, like going into my wear. I have By Any Means shirts. I call them BAM. Those have really been selling a lot. So I'm gonna just keep on, you know, staying focused and expanding, keep leveling up.
Yes. And thank you so much. I really enjoyed this interview. I always love having female rappers on here because I know how hard it is. And sometimes I love hearing all of you all's stories. And I'm always support. Everybody knows I've been on here. I always support, you know, anytime you got something going on. And I also have a playlist called What's Good. So 2 of your singles added on that on Apple and it'll be on Spotify. So all the artists on this segment, every time you release a new single, I add it to that playlist as well.
Okay. And I'll make sure I promote too. That's one thing about me. I promote. Like, I don't care if you're famous and you know, got me on the show or if you independent, because I've been independent. So promote. I'll send me the flyers and I'm on it.
Thank you so much. So the flyers, they'll be done by tomorrow, Mother's Day. By tomorrow afternoon and stuff like that. So I'll be tagging you a lot. It was so nice meeting you. We'll talk soon, okay?
Are you a mother?
Yeah, I have a 8-year-old.
Well, happy Mother's Day. I wanted to make sure I got that out. Like, happy Mother's Day. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Just want to say thank you so much for watching the show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, hit that subscription button. I am grateful for every view, whether you like me or you don't. And don't forget, I got a podcast too. There are exclusive episodes on that podcast, so don't forget to go check that out as well. They're on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora. Baby, I'm everywhere, okay? And follow me on social media. I'm Kayla Got the 411 on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr. Baby, like I said, I'm everywhere. Thank you again for watching the show, and I'll see you on the next episode of Kayla Got the 411.